Who's actually going to benefit from a big, leather recliner with a built-in lift, heat and massage, and who would be better off putting their money into a simpler chair? If you're wondering whether the HTERWQEA large dual-motor power lift recliner is worth the price for everyday use, you're not alone. The decision often comes down to how often you'll actually use those extra features versus how much space and budget you have to spare. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the kind of situation where this recliner shines. Imagine an elderly parent who has trouble getting out of a regular armchair because of arthritis or limited leg strength. The power lift mechanism is designed to raise the seat just enough to make standing easier, which can be a game changer for someone who otherwise needs assistance every time they sit down. In a real-world home setting, the lift works smoothly when you press the remote, and the chair rises a few inches before pausing just enough to let the user plant their feet firmly on the floor. For families who already have a caregiver, this can reduce the amount of physical help needed and give the senior a bit more independence. Now consider the daily routine of someone who spends a lot of time in front of the TV or working from home. The dual motor system offers infinite recline positions, so you can find that perfect angle for watching a marathon or reading a book without straining your neck. The added heat and massage functions are programmed into the remote, letting you switch on a low-level heat for a quick warm-up during colder evenings, or activate a gentle lumbar massage after a long day at the desk. In practice, the heat takes a minute to reach a comfortable warmth, and the massage cycles are short, about 10-minute intervals, so they won't overheat the leather or become a nuisance if you're only looking for a brief relief. What about the aesthetic side? The chair is upholstered in genuine leather, which gives it a premium look that can actually complement a living room or a dedicated senior corner. Over time, genuine leather tends to develop a patina, so the chair can look lived in a good way rather than cheapening. However, if you have pets that love to chew or scratch, the leather could show marks more quickly than a fabric alternative, and you'll need to keep a leather conditioner handy to maintain its suppleness. On the flip side, the size and weight of this recliner are not trivial. It measures well over 6 feet in length and weighs close to 150 pounds, so moving it through a standard doorway or up a narrow staircase can be a real hassle. If you live in a smaller apartment or plan to rearrange furniture often, this chair is less practical. Also, the extended footrest, while great for stretching out, means the chair occupies more floor space than a standard recliner. For a family with a tight living area, that extra footprint might force you to sacrifice another piece of furniture. Battery power isn't a concern here because the chair plugs directly into a wall outlet, but the inclusion of a USB charging port on the armrest does add a convenient touch for charging phones or tablets while you're lounging. In my own test, plugging in a smartphone didn't interfere with the recline or lift functions, and the cable stayed neatly tucked away. If you're someone who likes to binge-watch shows with a fully charged device nearby, this feature saves you from juggling chargers across the room. Let's break down who should definitely consider this purchase. First, seniors or anyone with limited mobility who needs assistance getting up and down will find the lift mechanism a practical safety feature. Second, people who suffer from chronic lower back discomfort can take advantage of the heat and lumbar massage, especially if they already spend a lot of time seated. Third, anyone who values a high-end look and is willing to allocate a dedicated space for a statement piece will appreciate the leather finish and the overall presence of the recliner. Conversely, there are clear reasons to skip this model. If you're on a tight budget, the price point is higher than a standard recliner without the lift or massage features, and you might not get enough use out of those extras to justify the cost. If you live in a compact studio, the chair's dimensions could dominate the room and make movement awkward. And if you're prone to spilling drinks or have kids who treat furniture like a playground, the genuine leather, while classy, may show stains or scratches more readily than a washable fabric. One practical strength that stands out is the reliability of the dual motor system. In a week of daily use standing up, reclining, and running a short massage session each night, the motor stayed quiet and consistent, with no noticeable lag or wobble. That kind of durability matters because a motor that hiccups after a few weeks quickly turns a luxury into a frustration. Another strength is the integrated remote, which stays within easy reach on the armrest, so you never have to search for